The three basic qualities of existence: tamas, rajas and sattva. You're in the trap of life and death, life and death, life and death, transcending the limitations of the mortal body. If you have to bring her down into you, you have to strive. Otherwise, she will not get down to you. The three basic qualities of existence: tamas, rajas and sattva. Tamas literally means inertia. Rajas means activity, passion. Sattva, in a way, is breaking of boundaries, dissolution, melting and merging. Among the three celestial objects to which the very making of our bodies are very deeply connected, the earth, the sun and the moon. Mother Earth is considered tamas. The sun is rajas, moon is sattva. Those who aspire for power, for immortality, for strength, they will worship those forms of feminine which are referred to as tamas, like the Kali or the Mother Earth. Those who aspire for wealth, for passion, for life, and various other gifts that the material world has to offer. They naturally aspire towards that form of the feminine, which is referred to as the Lakshmi or the sun. Those who aspire for knowledge, knowing, transcendence, immortality of not the body, but transcending the limitations of the mortal body, they will aspire for that aspect of the feminine which is referred to as the sattva, or Saraswati is the representative of that, or the moon. This is arranged in this way because it's after all from the earth that we arise. And we could live an active life which is rajas, the second nature of the Devi. The third one may come your way or may not. If you have to bring her down into you, you have to strive. Otherwise, she will not get down to you. Kali is on the ground. Lakshmi is sitting on a flower. Saraswati is riding a peacock. Saraswati never happened. That means you're in the cycle, you're in the trap of life and death, life and death, life and death. Transcendence is yet to come. So these two will anyway happen. What is in a state of inertia will get into a state of rajas and activity, and again fall back and become inertia for a certain period of time, and again get back into activity. This is happening to you as an individual, this is happening to the planet, this is happening to the galaxy, this is happening to the whole cosmos. It goes into a state of inertia and then becomes dynamic and again goes into a state of inertia. But the important thing is, this one has the capability to break the cycle and transcend. The first two are needed for your survival and well-being. The third is an aspiration to go beyond. The possibility of transcendence has opened up. What was in a state of inertia and then in a state of activity and entanglement now has opened the possibility of transcendence.
Saraswati namastubhyam Varade kamarupini Vidyarambham karishyami सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा।
Unique in her manifestation in the form of a linga, Devi was consecrated by Sadhguru as a powerful feminine energy form. Mother-like, colorful, earthy, humane, powerful, Linga Bhairavi is the absolute woman of ultimate proportion and represents the nurturing and creative aspects of the universe. Bhairavi is a machine. If we calibrate Bhairavi in such a way that she takes you in one particular direction, then no matter where you want to go, she will drag you and take you only there. But even though she takes you towards the highest possibility, if you go unwillingly, it will be a miserable life for you. Linga Bhairavi is just like a machine. It is very important that once you enhance your ability to move, you must make it very clear within yourself where you want to go. If you keep changing your destination every day, then the mistakes that you make are big, because the machine has enhanced you. Once you have the enhanced level of capability, it is very important to clearly determine where you want to go, because changing directions every day would just waste life. The best way is to simply see how profoundly you can connect with that dimension which is Linga Bhairavi. If you simply connect with that energy, things will happen for you. And for all these things to happen, you should have established yourself in such a way that whatever happens around you should not determine the quality of your life. What happens around you determines the quality of your work and what you do in the world. It should not determine the quality of who and what you are. The word sadhana literally means a tool or an instrument. Sadhana is a tool to be able to ride the surf of life. The significance of doing periods of sadhana is unfortunately being lost in so-called modern societies. The significance of a period of sadhana is to bring an organic intelligence to your system which makes life effortless. The sadhana is structured in such a way that the maximum results happen with minimum effort. Bhairavi sadhana is very simple, but do not get fooled by its simplicity. If you give yourself absolutely, it produces results that you cannot ever imagine would be possible. This sadhana is intentionally structured in such a way that some of it appeals to you and some of it does not. The sadhana is such that you understand the instruments of body, mind, speech, hearing and seeing. All these are your instruments, and how you learn to use them is your business. You can use them towards your well-being, or you can use them to make yourself into a private hell of your own. Bhairavi sadhana is very simple. During this sadhana, every breath, every step and every heartbeat should be on and on. That is, when you know how significant these simple things can be and what great things these simple things can do. Do not ignore these simple things. It is only because of these simple things that have been ignored that life has become complex. If you had taken care of all the simple things, life would be just very wonderful. How to sit, stand and breathe. Bring these simple things in your life. Life will just become a graceful process. This is what the sadhana is all about. The only aspiration in your life should be, you must do your life in the highest possible way. Otherwise, it is a worthless life. Bhairavi Sadhana is essentially towards empowering your emotional intelligence. The sadhana is essentially to heighten your emotional intelligence because it is much easier way of doing things. Your emotional intelligence doesn't need any information to know something as does your intellect. It can just embrace everything and know it. It is simply a way of being involved with life, knowing life by involvement and not by dissection as our intellect does. Emotional intelligence means that our ability to live well is by our own innate nature, not because we are better than someone. Intellect is always trying to set one thing against the other. It is your intellect which has created conflict. It is your emotion which can bring this together. But if emotion follows intellect, emotion will also become a deadly conflict. If your intellect follows the emotion, then there would be no conflict. There will be sweetness in the world. There will be wonderful situations in the world. So, Bhairavi Sadhana is essentially oriented towards that. It is a simple structure, but if you give yourself to it, it can do miraculous things to you. If you give yourself to Bhairavi Sadhana, starting with 21 days, you will not only purify yourself, but all the spaces around you. And devotion is not about 21-day core. You must continue to overflow with it on the daily basis. It is not something that you do or do not do. It is something that you must live. It is like your breath. Finally, if the grace of Bhairavi, if her footprint is established in your heart, you never have to worry about victory or failure, prosperity or poverty, life or death for that matter. For one who manages to land in the lap of divine, all these things are just trivial. They are of no consequence. So, may this process truly overwhelm you. And finally, if you loved the video and found it meaningful, do not forget to give it a like, share and subscribe. And yes, up to next, stay safe, healthy, happy and namaskaram.